the Trevor Jackson podcast.
You know, Dr. Umar is an individual that go on other platforms and talk about trending topics and talk about things like me. You know, he's an educator. He's a person that has a lot of degrees and has a lot of education. A teacher, a student. He speaks well. He went on this platform as of recently talking about his school and giving an update on his school. And I just want to play this clip for y'all and give y'all my take on what's going on with this foolishness.
The one thing that I just want to finalize is the renovations on the FDMG Academy. You know, we've been almost done for so long, and now we're at the floors. But I'm still scared to say we done, because every time I say we done, something else comes up. So, you know, I ain't been saying nothing. My thing is, when it's done, that's when I'll announce it. You know what I mean? I was supposed to go back to the Breakfast Club, and I text Charlamagne. I said, I'm not coming back up there one more time to tell people we almost done. You feel me?
Yeah.
When we done, I'll schedule with you. I'm not going up to Power 105 again until we done. I'm tired of saying it myself.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So when we done, that's when I'll do it, man. But we real close. When I fly back home tomorrow, I got to get to the school. They laying the floors now, and once that's done, we'll be applying for our certificate of occupancy. That's going to be interesting because the city has not been our friend. They tried to sell the school behind our back last month for some frivolous expenses that we should not have even owed. So I'm going to stay positive, but I'm not looking forward to the inspection because, you know, they can nitpick you to death on that.
Absolutely.
You know, so when people say when you're going to actually be done, that's not in our hands. We have to see what the city says, you know. But I'm hoping after all we've been through, they just say, go ahead. If it's all in order, just pass him, you know. But that hasn't been the experience. Like everything we've been through with the city has been a fight, you know, even to get a permit for the festival. They ain't want to give us that. You know, so it's really been a tug of war with them. I'm just hoping that we don't have to have a protest. I'm hoping we don't have to take them to court for discrimination. I mean, the bureaucracy is mostly black. The mayor's white, but the bureaucracy is black. But discrimination is discrimination, even if you're the same color. Right. You know, so I'm just, you know, I'm going to just put it in the Lord's hands and see. But we knocking on the finish line. So if all goes well, we should be able to apply for the inspection before the end of the year.
You know, discrimination is something that we are well aware of in America. In a multitude of ways, a lot of things has been discriminated against when you're trying to attempt to achieve something that everybody don't agree with. You know, on my channel, I've been talking about Dr. Umar for a while. My first episode talking about him was when he popped up on a Joe Budden podcast during a Patreon event. I had been listening to him on the Breakfast Club and stuff though, but I just, you know, didn't want to give a take on certain things that he was speaking going around that time. But ever since he did that interview on Joe Budden podcast, I've been aware like this school conversation has been going on for over a decade. If Dr. Umar heard my platform and he heard me speak, I'm gonna tell you, big dog, I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you, nigga. I hope you achieve it because your word is everything. You tell people you're going to do something and you're going to do it a certain way and people invest in you and believe you. You got to keep going no matter if it takes 30 years. Creating something, you know, it could take a lifetime. A lot of people will give you ridicule and say, why it ain't open now? Why it ain't this? Why it ain't that? Man, that man could be 70 and open that school and die and leave that school to somebody that furthers it, and his legacy will live on forever because he achieved what he said he was going to achieve. It's important. I'm rooting for you. And I hope the curriculum that you're teaching is something that is going to further people's life. You know, that is important because you have these children in here and how is they going to benefit because the education system right now is interesting to me because the things that's being taught is dated. The world is ever evolving and it's evolving faster than ever. With this artificial intelligence. They don't sleep. Artificial intelligence. They got time all day long to learn your behaviors and they don't need rest, and they're getting the money, and they going to work 24/7. I don't know who they is, but artificial intelligence. I hope the curriculum when this school does open is of value to the people. Real talk. Another thing, he said he was not looking forward to the inspection. A certificate of occupancy is something that don't necessarily have to be gave to you. You know, you got to be up to the standards, and it's got to be something that is deemed beneficial to the people. He hasn't wanted to expose the curriculum that he is teaching, but I think he needs to do that. Real talk. And to be honest with you, when me personally, I talk on shows and things, but I don't teach on shows. If you learn something, you learn something. If you entertained, I appreciate you. But, you know, exposing yourself on YouTube platforms, talking about what you're doing and what you're going to do, and financial literacy and financial structure and all of that, and then you aren't what you speak about. Man, it make the whole world look at you funny, big dog. Real talk.
How do you keep it together? Back to that mental health thing. Like, how do you feel?
I'm gonna be honest with you. The haters, the struggle streamers, they really helped toughen me up to the criticism, because we've been dealing with it from the first day we took a donation in St. Louis, Missouri, April of 2014, when the St. Paul's College in Virginia went up for sale, because that's what we wanted. We wanted that HBCU, but they wanted $2 million and we couldn't raise it in time, so they sold it to the Asians, who currently have it now. So then that's when we said, well, we just gonna find us a regular school. So from 2014 till 2019, we school hunted. We found FDMG in 2017, but we couldn't afford it at the time. So we just stayed in negotiations with the owners, and then finally, February 2019, they gave it to us.
I'm going to close this topic out, man, and say I'm rooting for you, big dog. Go out there and make it happen, Umar. I'm rooting for you, nigga. Real talk. I ain't want, you know, my views ain't the biggest or the baddest, but I don't consider myself a struggle streamer, nigga. That word is like, you know, when you start speaking derogatory on other individuals, or you start speaking negative towards other individuals, then expect to get that same energy back. When you're on your channel or on your platform talking about exposing individuals and these niggas and these white folks and these people over here, caring about what everybody else got going on instead of giving a positive take, you know, expect that same energy to come back to you, man. Like, I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to deal with it unless it's positive, if I can't speak positive about it. So at the end of this clip or whatever, I'm going to say, Dr. Umar, I'm rooting for you, nigga. Real talk. I'm rooting for you.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.